Ye, the artist formerly known as Kanye West, has cozied up with conservatives for years now. We know that. But today he reached a new low, in my opinion. You might disagree, by sporting a pretty insane matching T-shirt with right-wing grifter Candace Owens. So what do I mean? Here's what they wore. They both wore shirts donning the phrase "White Lives Matter" on the back, and apparently, this was showcased in Paris, France. I don't know if they're having a fashion week type situation, but nonetheless, this is how you make money in America. You do things that are shocking and controversial, and the dollars start pouring in. Now, Kanye West wearing a White Lives Matter shirt at his fashion show. Okay, let's go to that tweet, and it shows more images of him. Now, during the showcase, some models walk the runway wearing White Lives Matter attire. And of course, Ye is no stranger to controversial attire. Everyone knows this infamous look, which is Kanye West donning the red "Make America Great Again" cap. And here's another photo from 2013 where he wore 2013, he wore is it 2013 or 15?
15.
Yeah, that is 15. Okay, yeah, he's wearing a Confederate flag on his bomber jacket. Look, the reason why I want to talk about this is we got to get to a point where we don't care, right? Like, it's being done specifically for shock value. They make a lot of money off of it. And then you have like right-wingers who just love the message, right? They love the message and what it represents. But in an effort to protect or shield, insulate Kanye West and Candace Owens from any criticism, like Kanye is he's a genius. Like, that's really what's going on here. What he's doing is genius. And what better genius than Mike Cernovich to share that message? He says, the reaction is the art. But that's important, okay? I want you to remember that part of the statement. The reaction is the art. The aesthetic understanding is Kanye's deepest genius. Look, they just want to see people get upset. And I'm tired of being upset by people who intentionally do things to rile us up. And like, okay, you know what White Lives Matter represents, right? It's not a literal statement. It's meant to detract and like distract from the very real problem of, Black people being brutalized and shot to death in this country. Yeah. But nonetheless, John.
Yeah, well, I reserve the right to still be offended or shocked by things in the future. I think that there are times when that is a reasonable reaction. In this case, who's shocked by those two wearing this? Like, if you were to have started this section and saying, two people wore White Lives Matter shirts, who do you think it is? I feel like I would have gotten at least one. I feel like maybe two, but definitely one. Who's surprised by this? But also, I haven't really been on Twitter that much today. Like, I know Mike Cernovich is
How
like.
How much happier are you?
I'm actually feeling pretty good. Cernovich was like, the reaction is there. Like, but so I don't know. Are people mad about this? Like, what, did people have higher standards for Kanye West at this point? Did people think, well, this is below Candace Owens? Who actually thinks that at this point? This feels like the most obvious. Like, yeah, no, I get, like, if you want to react that it seems try hard and pathetic, sure. If you want to react, it's bizarre to see someone publicly debase themselves this much, then sure, I get that. Less so for Candace Owens, she could still use the money. Kanye West is a legitimate millionaire. Why he would need to do this, I don't understand. So it's different levels of pathetic for each of them, but I'm not like offended by it. I don't begrudge you if you want to be offended by it, but I'm certainly not shocked. This seems perfectly in line with the particular arc of their grift.
I think for me, it's after someone tells you they're a massive piece of crap several times. I mean, do you need to hear it again to believe it? I got it. Message heard, message received. I don't need to analyze like what your intentions are. Like, I think there's a huge grifting, money making intention here. There's a own the libs, they get upset about this and I thrive off of it type element here. But at the end of the day, I'm so sick of the and we're about to do this story next actually, but like Trump said something racist. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Trump's racist. Like why are we rehashing this? We know, we already know. And people who want to deny it aren't going to change their minds about it because they're either complicit or they have no problem with it or they agree with it. It is what it is. These people exist. And I think the more frustrating part about all of it is how much outrage or controversial actions and outrageous statements get rewarded. And that's what we see with Ye and Candace Owens over and over again. And it's just, what are you gonna do? This is how our society reacts to terrible people doing terrible things. Now, just a few statements from Ye. It's important to make sure that we give him a voice here. You know, he says, quote, "I am Ye, and everyone here knows that I am the leader." Do they? Do they know that? "You can't manage me, we know that. This is an unmanageable situation." Agreed. So I agree.
A moment of lucidity.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. He continues to say, "People feel like they have the right to come to my face and call me crazy, like it doesn't hurt my feelings, or like you don't have to be crazy in order to change the world."
Look, I
don't care about your feelings, bro. Like I don't care about Kanye West's feelings. Like it's like a cottage industry that he has engaged in where everything he does is meant to piss people off. So like you think that we should be concerned about hurting your feelings? I don't care about hurting your feelings. You're a multimillionaire.
Yeah,
shut up.
You're gonna be just fine. No, that's funny. Like, but I love the idea that he at least wants us to believe, whether he actually believes it or not, he wants us to believe that he thinks he's gonna change the world with this dumb shirt or something. Or like, or let's go broader, literally anything he does in fashion, like that's going to have an effect and change the world, but specifically this. So I'm not offended by this. I've seen racists use this slogan for literally years. This seems like you're coming in years beyond any relevance for this, like literally years late. That's weird. But yeah, like so how exactly are you changing the world? Because now finally people will care about whether a white person lives or dies. It's never happened before. It's been a dark few thousand years. Finally now people will worry about white lives. He can't possibly actually think that. All of this is just so artificial. And I would ask again, is anyone legitimately offended by this or legitimately shocked by this? He's famous, I guess, but
let me say something that they should be offended by and shocked by and disgusted by. Fact of the matter is, the very people who purport that any lives matter, whether it be white lives, black lives, Asian lives, Hispanic, they don't care about any lives, okay? We live in a country where huge portions of our literal country don't even have access to clean, safe, lead-free drinking water. That doesn't just impact black people. That impacts everyone living in those communities because they don't have access to clean, safe drinking water. The people who claim to care about lives and have decided to co-opt the Black Lives Matter message to put out this White Lives Matter statement, they don't even care about white lives. And they love to turn everything into a divisive, whether it's race war or political war, civil war. But at the end of the day, we're very much engaged in an ongoing class war. And when it comes to people who don't have the resources that these grifters have, they don't care about your life. They don't care if you're white. They don't care about your background. They don't care about any of it. They just care about maintaining a system that they're able to leech off of while others suffer.
Yep.
With no protections from corporate greed that leads to unsafe food, unsafe water, underfunded schools. I mean, the list is endless. So for all the white people who feel really good about those shirts, I just want you to know, no, your life, according to those people, doesn't really matter at all. And you should be offended by that.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.